one day, when I had to remark about my predecessor, Adam Clayton Powell, I went to a book that I always use for quick references, The Life and Times of Adam Clayton Powell, Jr. And even though I'd read the book many times, the name Maxwell Rabb came up. And I went to the index of this book and saw Maxwell Rabb's name 30 times. It didn't go unnoticed that mine appeared less than 20 times. But as I went and read the story of this young Boston-trained lawyer, Harvard-trained lawyer, working as the coordinator of all of the cabinets for President Dwight Eisenhower. And among his tasks was to enforce the civil rights of this country and to be under attack by my predecessor, who pointed out over and over the number of African Americans, young men that were fighting in Korea, dying in Korea, being wounded in Korea, only to return home to go to segregated VA hospitals, segregated military forces, a segregated District of Columbia, and being bombarded with this type of criticism from one of Congress' most flamboyant, shrewdest activists that had ever been there, that Max heard this scream. He heard and had a conscience to respond. And while President Truman had issued an executive order to desegregate the military, it was Max who worked with Adam Clayton Powell to desegregate military installations throughout the United States of America, to desegregate the veterans' hospitals, to desegregate public places in the District of Columbia. These things perhaps do not surprise anyone who knew Max, but he had the silent support of the president, but he had the trust of the congressman from Harlem. Adam Clayton Powell was no big friend of Republicans or of Dwight Eisenhower, but he proclaimed several times, as I read, that the executive orders that were drafted by Max Rabb represented the Magna Carta for Negroes, that it was the second Emancipation Proclamation. And because of this trust and the confidence and the leadership of Max Rabb, the congressman from Harlem left the Democratic Party and endorsed the re-election of Dwight Eisenhower for president. The amazing thing is that Max Rabb never put out a press release, never asked anyone to give him any credit for what he's done. And in all of the years that I met and talked with him, the only thing that he would give me as a clue was a smile and saying he had a friend that felt like I did.